So when was the last time you needed a break from your kiddos, or you're headed out on a date and your child starts to get scared of you leaving and starts to throw a fit? Sound familiar? Hey there, I'm Dr. Dave, and on today's Thrive in 5, I'll be sharing some parenting tips about saying goodbye and why it's so tough for little ones to be apart from their parents. Did you know that soon after babies are born, even though they can't see very well, they immediately want to form attachments and develop emotional bonds with their parents? And by the time they're about 8 months old, it's pretty common for them to start experiencing separation anxiety. This makes it scary for them to be away from their parents, and they may not like to be around people they don't know, even if their parents are right there. You might notice that your baby or toddler cries when they can't see you, or even if they feel like you're just a little too far away. Or maybe they cling to you when you're around other people or when they can tell you're about to leave. The truth is, they probably feel safe around you and they want to hold on to that feeling. And you may be wanting to have a little break once in a while, right? But know this, separation anxiety is completely normal for children, especially young kiddos. And it can be really tough on you as a parent as well, right? For some parents, they can't stand to see their toddler cry and may not want to ever leave. For other parents, the separation anxiety drives them nuts and they look forward to short breaks away. Like I mentioned, the separation anxiety starts showing up at about 8 months and it actually may peak at about 14 months. And then by the time they're about 2 years old, they get more used to being apart from you more often. But this can certainly vary, as children in preschool and kindergarten can still get a little anxious about separating. So the separation anxiety can last a few years. But don't worry, it should end by the time they're 16. Now, hey, just messing. But seriously, all of this can be pretty stressful and frustrating for you as a parent. I totally get it. So what can you do? First, try to look at the situation from your child's perspective. Even if they love exploring, they're not big enough to take care of themselves. They need grown-ups they know and trust to take care of and protect them. The emotional bond you share with your little one helps them feel safe in this big world that they're just getting used to. Remember that their sense of connection and attachment to you is really powerful and important for them. And that's a good thing. It just also makes it hard for them to be apart from you. When you leave, they get afraid that you won't come back. And when you're far away, you might wonder if something bad's going to happen to them. They don't understand yet that, for the most part, they'll be okay if you're not right there with them, or that sometimes you need to let someone else care for them for a little while. So try to be patient and compassionate with your child as they learn to feel safe, even when you're not around. Second tip, prepare your little one when you'll be leaving them with someone else. You can do this by telling them who will be taking care of them and reminding them when you'll be back. Also great to create a special goodbye routine. This gives them a sense of what to expect, which helps them to have some sense of stability and security, even if it's still hard to let you go. They might need this routine to take some time, so plan for that. You might talk with your child about the fun things they get to do while you're gone or the special treats you bought for them, and they might feel a bit safer if they get to keep a favorite blanket or a stuffed animal with them when you leave. Okay, tip number 3, be sure to say goodbye. It can be tempting to sneak out while your child is playing. I've done that before, but this can lead them to feeling abandoned and distrustful. Not exactly helpful, right? So don't get mad at them for missing you when you're not together. They just love being with you, and it's hard to be apart. Now, if your goodbyes don't always go smoothly, or maybe they're even a disaster, be kind to yourself about it too. This is probably hard for both of you, and you're doing your best. But remember, they'll probably stop crying soon if they're distracted by other things. And think about it. It's probably nice to get out and have some alone time or a couple time without your child, and try not to spend your whole time away worrying about them. And that can be tough for some parents, and it can be tough on marriages, which leads us to tip number 4. Remind yourself that things will get better. As your child gets older, they will learn that you always come back. And remember, that might be around the 2-year mark. Together, you can work through their fear of being apart, and they'll be able to feel safe when you're not with them. So those are my 4 tips for separation anxiety. 1, be patient and look at separation from your child's point of view. 2, prepare your little one for when you're leaving. 3, always say goodbye to them. And 4, Remind yourself that this anxiety, it's going to get better over time. Being apart can be hard for both children and parents, especially when our little ones tend to have meltdowns when they see us leave. But remember that it's totally normal and it's not going to last forever.